Hey, what's up guys? We're doing a Buggy deck list. This is not the same one from the past four videos. I changed it. I didn't like it, but this is with the new starter deck stuff. So starting off with leader, it's Buggy. You pay 5, trash a card, and you play any cross-guild type character. Doesn't even matter on the cost. Such a great card. Then we play 4, Galdino. It's a good searcher. Searches top 4 for Baroque's work type card or a cross-guild type card. Then we play 4 of the new SR Buggy. Such a great card. Trash a card, trash itself, and then play a 6 cost or less cross-guild. You can play a 6 cost Mihawk from that. Then we play the new 4 cost Alvida. The Alvida then becomes a 5 cost if there's 2 or more 5 cost cross guilds. So your 10 cost Buggy becomes active. But it's one of the best cards because you can draw 3 and trash 2. Such a good card. Then we've got a generic 2k, but you can play it off of the 8 cost Croc. It becomes a blocker and gets a +1 cost, but it's also a 5k blocker, or a 6k blocker, sorry, my bad. Then the other generic 2k, we run about like 12 2ks in this deck, but this is also a blocker. On KO, you get to draw 2 and trash 1. You just get to draw a card, my bad. A good card. And then, yet again, another generic 2k. You can play off this off of the 7 cost, or even just normally play it if you want your 10 cost Buggy to be active. You play 2 of the just vanillas. It's a vanilla, but again, it's 1k. You can play it off of the 7 cost, or even just play it for 10 cost. Then one of the best blockers in the deck. Draw 2, trash 1, blocker, 6k, 7k, 6 cost, 7k power. You can play it off the 4 cost, or you can play it off the promo Buggy, or even play it off a leader effect. Then we play 3 not 4, of the 7 cost Crocodile. I'm not a fan of 4. I played it at 4. It feels like a very big brick because you can only play a 5 cost or less. So you're playing either one of these 2 or even these. I wasn't as confident playing it. Same with the 7 cost promo Buggy. I wasn't as confident playing it. It's not a great card in my opinion, just because it can't attack, but it stops 4 cost or 3 costs. But you can play the 6 cost Mihawk off of it, which makes it a good card basically. And if you go against decks like Bella Betty, Zoro, or such like that, it's a great card. Then we have the 8 cost Croc Mihawk, the best card in the deck. It's got the removal protection, and you get to play the 4 cost Buggy, which can then play the 6 cost. It feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. 4 10 cost Buggies, basically Red Rock, but a character instead. This new starter deck basically supports this specific card. Then we play 2 cross guilds. Tried it at 4. Again, felt like a brick, but you don't really need many searches in this because you fill up the cards using Mihawk, Alvida, even Croc Mihawk draws 2 trash 1s. But you'll be trashing quite a lot. And then we play 4 Sanji's Pilaf. If you're going first, it's a good second turn play, just to draw 2 and keep your hand quite high. I don't play Pudding. You can swap it out for the Dazbones or 2 Sanji's Pilafs. It's not a bad card, but I've always felt like it's spinning my hand, and I've never ever played the Puddings. You can play the Gravity Blade as well. Gravity Blade's really good. It helps against decks like Buggy itself. It helps against Bello Betty, or even the blue-purple Luffy if they're playing too many Namis, or even the Zoros to get rid of the Zoros. But generically, the deck's probably one of the best decks so far. It's got into Blackbeard, into blue-purple Luffy, into Katakuri. It's not as great into Bella Betty, but it stands its own because of the Dracula Mihawk and the Croc. But also the promo Buggy just helps you there. You always want promo Buggy. The deck's really consistent because you can filter using so many different cards, and it's a really fun deck. It's really fun deck. I'd suggest getting your all arts now before the prices skyrocket. And next I'll go into the best ways to play the deck and optimal hands, what you want to mulligan for. So the hands you want to be looking for are, to begin with, as of any deck, you want your searchers. Searchers are the main part of any deck. They filter your hand, they help you get the specific cards you want in from deck into your hand, and they basically just make any deck the most consistent it can be. If a deck doesn't have searchers, then it may just plummet, and it may just not do as well as you want it to. So as of any deck, you always want a searcher. Next, depending on what matchup you're going against, if you're going second, you always want to see a Buggy, and you always want to see a Dracula Mihawk. Reason being, you can play a Mihawk off of Buggy, and Buggy's just a good second turn play. You're on 4 Don, play it, trash a card, trash that, and you play a Dracula Mihawk, you only neg 1. Because Mihawk draws you 1 and then trashes you 1, and then you just get basically a really good blocker. And then after that, you can play into your Crocodile, and then again into Buggy, or you can play into Buggy and then play into your Mihawk, or you can go Crocodile into Alvida, draws you 3 and trashes 2. Don't forget, Crocodile draws you 2 as well, and trashes you 1. So that also helps to filter your hand. But the other generic good cards you want to see in hand are just your 2Ks. 12 2Ks in the deck. So great. They're just 12 2Ks. That's all you need to know. You don't have to use them, but these two here are like your 2 good ones, because these are 2 blockers. This draws you 1 on KO, this gets plus 5,000. Just generic good blockers. So, let's say you're going first. You most likely want to go first with this deck, unless there's a deck that wanted to go second, like Lucci or Blue Pepper Luffy. You want to go second instead, so then stop their curve and basically counteract them. So you get 1 done, of course, and let's say this is your hand. You have a decent hand, you got a Searcher, you got a 3 cost for next turn, you've also got your Buggy for your 5 cost, and then you've also got your Mihawk and just a generic 2K counter. So we want to pay 1 for our Searcher. We search top 5. So right here, this is a good hand. This is a good search. Depending on what deck you're going against, you may want to take the Buggy or the Mihawk, the Crocodile Mihawk. Or if you're going against a very aggro deck like Yamato, you may go for a 2K counter. So let's say we just want to go wide instead. So we take the Mihawk, the Crocodile Mihawk, and then we pass turn. Let's say they may attack into us, so we take life. You most likely always want to take life. It's just an extra card, but you always want another card in hand. And we draw for turn. We restand and get 2 done. Right here, we may want to go 5 and 5. We may want to go 8, or we can play the 3 cost event. Again, depending on what deck you're going against, you may want more cards in hand, or you may want to just rush them down if you're playing against Blackbeard, or you're playing against Blue Purple Luffy, you may want to go 8 instead. But right now, let's say we just pay 3, just to get some cards in hand. We draw 2 cards, and we passed. We swing 5, and then we pass turn. So right here, we got a really good chunk of a hand. We've got 6 counter, 6K counter in hand, but you don't want to use the Buggy, not the Buggy right now. So let's say they pass, let's say we use a few counters, we draw turn. Right now we've got 2 10 cost Buggies in hand, which is ideal depending on decks that you're going against, but if you're going against aggro decks, the 10 cost Buggy may not be the greatest card. Again, if you want, you may be inclined to put Gravity Blade or Red Rock into the deck. Gravity Blade I would recommend, Red Rock not as much. So right here, we want to swing 5 to just get a few counter out of hand, and then if they do counter, great. If they take life, even better. Then we pay 5 for leader effect. We trash a card. We most likely want to trash the Buggy, because right now I want to play this Crocodile Mihawk, to then play this Buggy, to then play the Mihawk. So we're going to trash this Buggy. Then we play this. As we know, no cost requirement for the leader, such a great deck. Then effect on play, we draw 2 and trash 1. Right now, I'm at a stump right now of what I want to trash, so I may just trash the Pilaf. Now we have 2 options. Either we play Buggy or Alvida. Again, we may want to play a blocker because the Crocodile Mihawk has protection, but the Alvida right now may not be as optimal because it will become a 5 cost. So we'll just play the Buggy. And then we activate its effect. We will trash the Buggy to trash itself, to then play the Dracula Mihawk. Draw 2, trash 1. We'll trash the Alvida. And then we now have a blocker, a good chunk of cards in hand, protection, we still have some life. Yet again, this is only 3rd turn, depending on what your opponent's playing. You may be inclined to play different cards right now, but this is the most optimal board state you want. Or it would be the 7 cost and the 6 cost Mihawk. Then we pass. Let's say you take a few life, just counter in hand, great counter in hand. And let's say you counter a bit, just use a nice 2k. And then we pass, we get pasta. Draw. And restand. So right now, we may just want to play the Searcher, because our hand right now is not that great. So we pay 1 for a good old Searcher. Search top 5. It's ideal to possibly take the Crocodile Mihawk, or again, depending on what deck you're playing against, just take the Buggy. Again, we've got 2k, and we've just got a nice 4k 4 cost Buggy. Right now, I'll take the Crocodile Mihawk, because there's no harm in taking the one you've already got. Then we have 1 extra Don to put onto our leader. So we'll swing 6. Maybe they count it, maybe they take it, maybe they block. Doesn't matter, you've done a nice good swing. Against some decks that's really bad, against some it's not. Then we can swing a good 7. 7's always like the base you want to swing, just because you'll need to expend 3 cards or take the life. If you're against Blue Purple Luffy, 8 is your good number, or 6, because the deck doesn't run many 1Ks, and they'll have to expend much more if they're swinging an 8. Then we'll use leader effect, pay 5, trash a card. Right now, I think I want to trash maybe a 2k or Buggy. I will trash the 2k, just because we can play the Buggy later on. We'll play the 8 cost out, draw 2 cards, and trash a card. We'll trash the Buggy because we've got 1 in hand already. Bear in mind, we've got 2 in trash, that means there's 1 either in deck or there's 1 in life. Then I want to play this Alvida, so I'll get rid of this Galdino and play this Alvida. Alvida is such a great card. We'll draw 3 and then trash 2. There's our other Buggy. So right now we want to keep this Buggy So we may just trash, or we don't have to keep the Buggy because depending on what deck you're playing against, it may be not as optimal. So we'll just trash these two and pass turn. We've got a good board state right here. These two Crocodile Mihawks can both activate their effects because it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's not a hard once per turn. So each of them can go differently. So let's say this gets removed or that's get removed because it also includes itself in the effect. So to do so, let's say our Dracula Mihawk gets removed by a 9-cost Linlin and gets put into life. Right then, I want to trash the card to prevent that from happening because we want to play this 10-cost Buggy next turn to get rid of that Linlin or possibly a pesky blocker. Let's say we take life. Oh look, we got a nice Mihawk. And then we get past her. We get our Don. We restand. And we draw for turn. So right now, we've got 2 good swings we can do, or possibly another swing, and another swing. We want to keep 5 Don to the side, or we can use this 5 Don now. So let's say we use this 5 Don now. Let's say we trash the Mihawk, get rid of Galdino. Galdino's just good for search. You barely want to keep it on board. And then we play this Buggy. Buggy's great. We've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, including itself, 5 characters with 5 cost or more, and we place one of their characters at the bottom of the deck. One of the greatest cards in the deck. If you're going to Blackbeard and they use their effect, it basically becomes a 10 cost vanilla, 12k. And they are basically screwed. They can't do anything against that. So now we've got 3 cards in hand, a really good board, and we can swing 7, 7, 7, and 7. Or we can swing 8, 8, and 7, and so on, depending on what decks we're playing against. I enjoy the deck. It's really simple to learn. It's just generic blue, and this is just the most optimal combo you can do. It may not go the right way, you may get screwed, you may get the wrong cards, and you may just go against a deck that just isn't as good, maybe like Zoro. But in my opinion, this is definitely an A tier deck. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and like, and enjoy your One Piece games.